This is loser bracket semi-final number 2. We saw Focus advance to the loser bracket final, and now the question is, who will he face? Is it gonna be Lucifer? Is it gonna be eMaLfaN? We will find out in 2 or 3 maps. It is, of course, best out of 3. We have the vetoes for Lucifer. It is Tarina's Stand and Twisted Meadows. For eMaLfaN, it's Ancient Isles and Last Refuge. So the 3 remaining maps are Turtle Rock, Echo Isles, Amazonia, and the starting map is gonna be Turtle Rock. Crazy picks and bans here.
Yeah, man, it's so weird. Like, the human doesn't veto Turtle Rock, and the
Hello? Everything stopped for me. Hello? Stream still working? Looks like it, but Remo's gone. Connecting, it says. Hello? Mr. Remo? Ah. Okay, I'm alone for now. Okay, Discord. Stream is back. What is up with Remo here? Discord down. That would be bad. Maybe we need another channel. But yeah, this is indeed weird picks and bans, as Remo was trying to explain. The human not vetoing Turtle Rock, I've rarely seen that before in an undead versus human. And here we go. And at the same time, eMaLfaN, Lucifer not banning Echo Isles is very strange as well. And we have close position. How crazy is that? Yes, I think I have to get Remo on the line here via TeamSpeak. That's gonna be horrible. But some technical difficulties always appear. TeamSpeak. So, and then we get into the game as fast as possible, but I need my co-caster for this.
Connected.
Remo, go join
Insufficient
TeamSpeak.
permissions.
And then we should be fine. Okay. As long as Remo's not here, Okay, he's trying to Skype again. Hello?
I can hear you. Amazing.
But the quality is total shit.
Yeah, but it's Skype. Usually it adjusts itself.
That's right. Okay.
Disconnected.
This is, as I mentioned before, Lucifer versus eMaLfaN. The winner of this best of 3 advances to the loser bracket final against Focus. The loser drops out of the tournament indefinitely. This is Turtle Rock. This is close position, and this might be a hard time for Lucifer.
But we don't have the 3 militia running over immediately.
Jesus, this is not good, man. I'll call you.
What is?
The quality of you. Okay. Yeah, you can run over with the militia pressure. Okay.
Now? Now better?
Yeah,
now?
it's a bit better.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can keep this going. If not, we're going to try to switch over to Discord again. But for now, yeah, what I wanted to say, the human did not go for the immediate 3 militia scout, which is something that is pretty usual in the European metagame, if there is close position possibility. But he didn't go for it, so Lucifer was not punished here. Or not really punished, but he didn't have to suffer the wrath of the early militia, getting the first last hit with a coil. It's kind of annoying for the Archmage, because now he cannot get level 2 by creeping the next little turtle spot. And we see Lucifer, of course, not going for the super greedy quick tech, because, of course, on close positions you can get, well, rushed and take damage. So he's playing it safe. And, of course, also with close position, it's even more difficult for the human to expand.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Why in the hell would a human player want to play Turtle Rock against Undead? I have absolutely zero idea on why he not vetoed this map.
As I said before, maybe he feels comfortable playing one base. Yep, there it is. One base, human versus undead. Something we very, very, very rarely only ever see in competitive Warcraft. On ladder, for example, if you play, a lot of humans do this, but in the pro scene, it is considered to be basically unwinnable to win against undead on one base. But human has a fast tech, faster than the undeads, in fact. But he's still having a difficult time creeping.
Will we have a battle of the legends in the lower bracket final, or will the Youngblood eMaLfaN advance? Lucifer, of course, around for the scene since 2003. He's part of the legendary Handbit team that later merged into Meteor Maker's Handbit. Two-time WC3L winner, 3 times NGL winner, the ESWC champion from 2006. The list goes on and on and on and on. But yeah, his coils, pretty nice so far, getting 2 water elementals and 1 creep. So he denies the experience, a lot of experience from the Archmage. 2 Cloaks of Shadows, not the best picks of all time, but whatever. Still only level 2. Here's the tech halfway through, and Lucifer, yeah, slightly behind, but he has his graveyard, so he's well prepared. He's getting fiends, and there's a lumber mill for eMaLfaN, not a blacksmith.
Don't tell me he's going to tower rush him on tier 2.
That would be so crazy. It's almost impossible to tower an undead.
Like, especially since he's going fiends.
Yeah.
It is virtually impossible. But why the lumber mill? Maybe he's expecting harass. Maybe he wants to get the guard towers. Last hit, by the way, from the fireball of the Archmage. That was very sloppy by Lucifer, to be honest. And Sacrificial Skull. This is probably, though, to creep the Merchant, not to expand or something.
Yeah, Merchant or the Turtle. And later, maybe set it up for an expansion, but it's very unlikely.
And the Archmage is wasting a lot of time here. He's not getting level 3. And usually he really wants to get that, because if he does not, it's going to delay his level, his MK creeping by a lot. And of course you want that guy level 3 as quickly as possible. Gives you a lot of presence on the map. And Ivory Towers, what in the fuck is going on?
This is so crazy. This is so crazy. That might be the reason to do something unusual here. And Remo, by the way, Discord is back up, so please let's change again, because Skype quality is shit. Absolute shit.
Okay.
And here it comes. Ivory Towers and a Fire Lord. And a Fire Lord, everybody. Mass Militia, Mass Footman. And what is Lucifer's reaction? He has a Nerubian Tower and a Spirit Tower, but will he be able to fight it off? Will he be able to fight it off is the big question here. Lots of repair coming towards the crypt. Lich is coming second here, but that takes time. He needs to buy time. In the meantime, eMaLfaN is, of course, upgrading the 3 Ivory Towers. He needs some more items as well. Maybe heal potions or whatever. There is no regeneration yet. eMaLfaN wants to cut the tech of the undead immediately. The fiends are trying to go to the towers now. Yeah, works fine, but surround on 1 fiend. It's down. No coil. First tower cancelled, or the upgrade at least cancelled.
That coil was a misclick. He used it on the ghoul, which is not too great. But the slaughterhouse is in a very good position. There's no way the towers are going to kill that thing. So he's probably going to lose the crypt at some point, but it's not that terrible if he keeps the fiends alive.
Exactly.
And it's only a level 1 brilliance aura. It's not like there's going to be endless summons. DK, by the way, the Ring of Regeneration is so good for him right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the slaughterhouse is of course important because of obsidian statues. Now the DK in trouble. There's no more potion, but a town portal to save him for now. Of course, the slaughterhouse important because he needs obsidian statues for healing and mana regeneration, and that's the place to produce catapults. That's what he needs as well. The offensive blacksmith.
There's basically no more footmen remaining. This ring, dude, like seriously.
Yeah, the regen of the statue, the blight, and the item is just insane. It's like a fountain. Here comes Coil Nova, but it's not enough. Only cutting the HP in half.
The human didn't break the undead. He has no army left. It's 3 towers, yeah, alright, whatever. This is defended. This is most likely one. I don't want to, take the excitement out of this game, but eMaLfaN, man, Losing his Fire Lord right here. Level 4 for the DK. No, level 3, I think, actually. Oh, there are quite a few footmen remaining.
Yeah.
I thought they were all dead. But of course, running into that under base with a Spirit Tower. By the way, that was very well anticipated by Lucifer. He knew a Tower Rush was coming, and how can you ever know that against an undead? He got a very early Spirit Tower. That Spirit Tower and the Ring of Regen kind of carried him through this push, and now he's getting a proxy workshop, probably for mortar teams against the meat wagons. He's not getting any more fiends. If he was getting more fiends, he could break through these towers, but he's right now really investing into the catapults, which is of course understandable. The footmen are not doing too great, but now the water elementals are catching up with the meat wagon, but they're dying so quick, man. This undead defense. What do we say about undead bases again?
Never fight in an undead base, and yeah, you see why here. 3 towers, so much slow, but the catapults is getting chucked down by water elementals and footmen. There's no repair coming from the acolytes, so this meat wagon is falling. But more experience for the Death Knight and the Lich, obviously. 2 fiends, 1 statue. Oh, this camera makes me go crazy.
Yeah, right now it's really terrible.
But yeah, the
Slow
workshop
tower is on the Fire Lord.
The
Now
workshop
on the
is finished. The mortar team is building, so we will have siege damage. Can this turn this game around for eMaLfaN? 3.5.
But the mortar team is really squishy. It's not like they can be repaired or anything. And all the peasants are almost dead anyways. The DK is tanking throughout this entire game. The summons provide experience over and over, so does the Fire Lord. Goodbye, good sir. You are not that impressive if we're being honest. And the first mortar team is out, and once he has the mana, that mortar team is probably going to get Coil Nova, or maybe the Archmage? Maybe the Archmage?
He
No,
has no mana for a coil. He wants to really nuke him with both spells. But you mentioned the DK, definitely the MVP of this game. Tanking a lot, distracting a lot, nuking a lot. And 1 tower is down, 2 to go. There's 2 meat wagons, and with this splash, you can't really afford to repair it all the time. 2 mortar teams, 1 is down, level 4 on the DK, even more regeneration now. And more movement speed. Maybe this is the time to kill the Archmage. Not yet. But the second tower is down as well. Level 3 Lich. And the Archmage is so scared. And that's 99. It! GG or 99, whatever, by eMaLfaN. Lucifer is taking the 1-0 lead in this loser bracket semifinal. Interesting idea to tower rush, but it didn't work.
Yeah, like on competitive level, I don't think I've ever seen a tower rush against undead work. Don't think so.
I saw it once in a Jera Cup. Imperious versus, I don't know. But
yeah, but I mean, like, when both players are high level. You know what I mean.
And of course, it's the mighty Imperious, so he can play everything he wants, obviously.
The Imperious meme. Yes, yes, he is. He's incredibly strong. He is probably Hercules descended from the Olympus once again.
So, the maps that are left are Echo Isles and Amazonia. Echo Isles, obviously, one of the best human maps there is. I wonder why Lucifer didn't ban it. And then Amazonia. I think the usual pick here would be Echo Isles. Like, you have to pick Echo Isles now. On Amazonia, Lucifer did so great against Reprisal. Reprisal did a few mistakes though, but Lucifer, like a surgeon, punished them. So, Echo Isles, of course, an easy expansion and easy level 3 for the undead. For the human, sorry. With Merc control and whatnot.
Exactly. Good thing about Echo Isles is you can creep the Merc camp first, and the undead cannot really punish you if you do it well. If you make mistakes, then you're going to lose peasants. But if you do it well, you're actually not going to lose anything. And you get immediate level 2 and the Shadow Priest. And after that, you can creep the tiny green camp, and then the Expo, and then the Murlocs, and you're level 3, and you're pretty much set. But Koreans, for some reason, sometimes they don't go for the Merc camp.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same with eMaLfaN.
When did I pointed that out? I think yesterday against Loliot, but of course that's a whole different matchup. but if you don't go for the Merc Camp against Night Elf, I think you don't go for the Merc Camp against Undead as well. At least I would think so.
I don't know. Maybe they have some special reason for it.
I think most of the Koreans play it very safe. Maybe it's too risky for them? I don't know. But usually it isn't. And it just lots of pros, not many cons.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, that's right.
It is most certainly gonna be Echo Isles. Everything else would be a huge surprise.
Yeah, Amazonia, of course, hard to expand. And that is the usual meta game in this matchup. Human expands. The Undead tries to break this expansion. And if it works, the game is won for the Undead. If it's not working and the Human reaches the late game, then it's almost won for the Human.
Yeah, recently we have seen a lot of Fiends come more into the meta game. Especially, I think HLA versus Yaws was one of the big games that first established this at the WCA Pro Qualifier. Before that, we saw a lot more destroyers, actually, but nowadays it seems like Undeads go to a maximum of 3 destroyers to not be overcommitting. Because if you get like 5 destroyers, 6 destroyers, and then suddenly 20 gyros show up and you lose all that investment, then you're kind of down in the shitter. And Yaw said this, and I think this is a pretty good point. Or HLA said it? I'm not sure. Maybe HLA said it. One of the two. And it's like, they say, Fiends don't really have a hard counter for the longest time. The hard counter only comes when there's Knights and an MK, and best case, MK level 3.
Yeah.
But that takes a long, long, long time.
You can go for Breakers, obviously, but they are not that good, since the feedback doesn't work on Fiends, since they have no mana. They work great against Bears and every unit with mana, but not against Fiends. It's just the damage is too low. So yeah, where is the Echo Isles game, everybody? We are waiting and waiting and waiting. Would be so cool to see the old teammates who won WC3L 13 together in 2008 collide in the loser bracket final, fighting it out in an Undead versus Orc, one of my favorite matchups of all time in the loser bracket final.
Do you have any idea how good those two players are in those matchups? In that matchup?
Not really. Let's see if I have any stats here against Orc from Lucifer. He lost against Cooper 2-0 in the Rust Brain Cup.
Cooper is really strong against Undead, though, I think.
Okay, so you can lose that. Apart from that, no result against Orc. For Focus against Undead, I have nothing.
Okay.
Nope.
Focus, when he was in his prime, his race was considered to be favored against Undead. Nowadays, that is not really the case anymore.
Wow, what is wrong with eMaLfaN? Or what kind of specialty is he pulling out now? This is not Echo Isles. All the pre-game chatter is out the window. He plays Amazonia, and this is an entire different game. We talked about the expansion for the Human, which is so necessary in this matchup, but Amazonia has one of the hardest natural expansion creep spots there is, with a Rock Golem who throws stuns. This is very, very unusual.
Do you see this chat right now? eMaLfaN is totally trolling. Lucifer said GL in the beginning, which of course stands for good luck. And then eMaLfaN says LG, and that's of course a company which produces TVs and stuff. And after that he said Samsung. So he's just fucking around right now. I don't know, maybe he is not taking all of this seriously, but he should. There's a lot of money on the line.
I heard that eMaLfaN practiced a lot for this tournament. Like he has never practiced before, but I think that goes for a lot of players. Well, Lucifer might have practiced for things like WCG and ESWC more and WC3L finals, but in the recent history of Warcraft, like the past 3 to 4 years, I think the stakes have never been higher. Last year there was no Korean playing the WCA, so there was no qualifier, so there was nothing to practice for. But yeah, we see the Archmage for eMaLfaN once again. We see the Death Knight for Lucifer once again. He is one map away from reaching the loser bracket final. The game for the ticket against Focus. eMaLfaN has to step his game up. He needs another idea. Will he go for this expansion? Will he go for a rush again? We are about to witness.
A little greedy, by the way, from eMaLfaN here in the early game, not getting a tower that opens up a lot of potential for skeleton harassment. Not necessarily to kill peasants, but to disrupt a lot of the mining or harvesting. And Lucifer not going for WFZ like creeping with skeletons, but he's going for the aggression right away. He will get the Water Elemental with one hit and one coil, but he's taking quite a bit of damage trying to go for it. And that was actually well microed by the human. And immediately onto the Archmage we go. Every map where the Merc camp access is difficult, humans will oftentimes have to suffer a lot of damage from the Archmage. And where did he get level 2? From the skeleton? Probably.
Yeah, most likely. No experience on the DK. Of course, you don't want to get hit on tier 1 because there's no potions, there's no healing at all, except from the more regeneration on the Blight. Here's the Arcane Tower, so Skeleton Harass will be denied very, very soon. No tier 2, like we saw on Turtle Rock. And he gets the second spot here, the second green one. We have Circlet and Gauntlets. That's pretty nice. A lot more hit points on the Archmage. Lucifer trying to deal some damage here, but yeah, everything is green. And here comes Militia. He is going for the expansion. Will Lucifer punish this? It's a big chance, if he has enough mana, to coil a lot of these peasants. They will get damaged. There's no way to avoid that. And here we go.
Didn't call all of his peasants, but he called quite a few, and he also has quite a few footmen to work with as well. So this should be a very... Of course, he can easily take it. Question is, how much damage can Lucifer do? He gets the last hit on the Water Elemental. Well done. Again, going for the Archmage, but as you said, those two items, the Gauntlets and the Circlet, are helping him out so much here.
When of
so
mana
far,
stealing.
Wand of Mana Stealing is also not bad for when the Fiends hit to steal a coil away.
This could result in one dead Fiend and one more Water Elemental at the same time. Lucifer, with his desired Acolyte, he did exactly that versus Reprisal. We saw this matchup, we saw Undead versus Human on day 1 in the winner bracket quarterfinal. Lucifer versus Reprisal. Of course, Reprisal, one of the best humans there is in the world, but Lucifer did so good against him. There was no way for Reprisal to get this expo running. Of course, he was really greedy, only getting up one tower, not sealing off the base with the expansion with a blacksmith or more towers. I think eMaLfaN should do better. The creep is over, the producing of the expansion starts of the town hall, and he gets a very early defense to deal with the fiends, and this looks great for the humans so far.
Yeah, lots of footmen. He's very strong right now. He is level 3, right? Yes, he is. And Lucifer not even level 2 yet. That's very annoying. Not having the aura to work with makes microing the fiends a lot harder, a lot more dangerous. And the human is primarily here to cancel the slaughterhouse or to prevent it from being built. He's going for the altar right now. Lucifer cannot lose this altar. That's why he's pulling all the ghouls. That's why he's getting all the acolytes. And yeah, the footman damage output is not high enough. Now, losing those footmen in the late game is not a big deal, but this is not the late game yet, guys. So if he loses many footmen here, it's not going to be good for the coming Fiend push. By the way, losing a ghoul right there, very badly microed by Lucifer, we do have to say, not paying enough attention. But he's going to get 2 footmen at least in return.
And finally level 2 for the DK. The Lich is out, and we have Nova available. He tried to pressure the Archmage, maybe with Nova. This will help him. There it is. And is there a follow-up coil? There it is. Oh, Town Portal must be used with 60 HP. But this is all time to get the expansion up, to get it running. 2 towers only. No blacksmith so far. So there's still a big opportunity for Lucifer to punish this expansion here on Amazonia. No tech, but a shredder.
But after this push, he only had 3 footmen remaining. Maybe he even lost that third one. I'm not entirely sure. All right, no tech as you say. So not gonna be hitting late game status in the human side for a long time. By the way, DK so far away from level 3. How is he gonna decide to follow this up?
He has plenty of time now, because there is no tech. The expansion is not very safe. Only 2 towers, and that will cost a lot of resources for eMaLfaN. That was his big problem on the game against So-In on Echo Owls, that his tech was so late. He's teching at the expansion.
This will mean he can call Militia from the Expo. Also, it has more hit points. I think Lucifer likes to play the catapult push every now and then.
Yeah.
So getting more hit points on your base there is definitely not something bad. Alright, he gets new Rods of Necromancy and he's going for the aggressive again, or maybe continue creeping.
I think getting level 3 before would be a good choice. Yeah, he's building 1 gargoyle to avoid the Zeppelin harass. That cost him the 3rd game against Reprisal, where Reprisal went for Blood Mage and dropped in with a Zeppelin, killed the Haunted Goldmine with a Flame Strike, and now he knows, okay, eMaLfaN needs to buy time. This is the best what he can do at the moment, and he's searching the Zeppelin to kill it as fast as possible. There is a Nerubian tower, but will this be enough? I don't think so.
Where's the gargoyle going? Oh, this tech is such an unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
And Lucifer expects this, as we know from the gargoyle, but he scouted to the right. The gargoyle was supposed to scout the Zeppelin, but unfortunately he was scouting to the wrong side. Zeppelin already made its way over. It's gonna drop in the main in a second. Lucifer is most likely gonna have to cancel his tech here, unless he's super quick and can save all the acolytes and get back home in time to defend his Haunted Goldmine. But even if he does, this is buying, again, as you said, so much time. And the Haunted Goldmine is dropping in health.
There's no repair at the moment. Soon. But now the army of Lucifer is here. Will it be enough? Repair comes in. Nova as well, only hitting 1 footman but killing it immediately. The gargoyle takes care of the Zeppelin. He might have to town portal out here. If he kills the Zeppelin now, all the units will die.
To block with the units.
Almost. Boy, and he used the town portal. Oh, he lost them all, right? Oh, no.
He unloaded them before.
I thought there were still units in the Zeppelin, but no. That was a dangerous situation for eMaLfaN. Immediate tier 3 tech, no tier 2. This will be Knights and Gyros most likely. And Lucifer did not touch the expansion one single bit.
Yeah, he didn't deal damage to it at all, but he didn't take much damage from the harass. I was expecting a lot more, and he didn't even lose his TP. So he dealt with the Zeppelin harass very, very, very well. But the cost of this is, the main purpose of this was time, and time is what he got. And now we're seeing triple Griffin Aviary.
No Knights and Gyros, but the heavy air. Okay, it's gonna be interesting.
We don't really see that anymore. Mass Griffins. Could theoretically be Dragonhawks. Because with Mass Griffins you don't have an answer to... what's it called? You know what I mean?
Destroyers?
Destroyers! Of course, yeah. And we see 3 meat wagons in queue. So Lucifer will try to push this, but it's a castle. It's gonna have 3,000 hit points. And thanks to masonry, also a lot of armor.
eMaLfaN again buying a Zeppelin, again trying to drop into the main base of Lucifer here. The Haunted Goldmine, of course, a very vulnerable point for every undead. He continues creeping, of course. He not only wants his DK to level 3, he wants his Lich to level 3. But will the heroes be so important in this match? I doubt it. It's more about the units. He's getting one Griffin, one Dragonhawk to protect his Zeppelin most likely, with Shackle. True Shot Aura. Oh, this is amazing.
This is really, really, really good if you're not getting knights. But here, alright, the push is finally coming. It seems like 5 minutes late, but it is now coming. But there's also quite a decent bank already for the human player. Do we have level 3 Lich? That would be important to know. With level 2 Nova, you can deal with the Hawks decently well. And we have 2 Spirit Towers in the undead main. So attacking there with Hawks is not really an option.
Well, you always have the Cloud to disable them.
Oh, right. That's true, actually. Forgot for a second.
Okay, Lucifer diving in. Takes a lot of damage and losing one Fiend to the towers. That is completely unnecessary. Two Meat
He was
Wagons.
busy microing in the main.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a Zapper! Boom!
Wow, one tower gone, 2 to go, plus of course the Black Citadel. And he's doing great damage, taking care of all the ghouls. Exodus from the Acolytes. But what damage can eMaLfaN do here? It looks pretty good for him so far. Lucifer not town portaling at all. Oh, he run back, and 2 Meat Wagons keep attacking the castle. Of course, there's no way to deal with this for eMaLfaN. He town portals now and will kill the Meat Wagons in the process, if not microed well. What do you think of this now?
Good for the human. Unless Lucifer... Oh, there's a Paladin right now. Lucifer needs to be microing very well with the web, with the statues, with the heroes. He needs to be surgically removing stuff and get a lot of experience. He needs to carry this through the late game with the heroes. But those Meat Wagons, man, they are dealing damage right now. But once there is the move out of Militia and air units and everything, those Meat Wagons are not going to survive. And this is 16 supply that is kind of worthless in actual fights. Yeah. That's a big problem.
Here it comes, eMaLfaN again, dropping the Cloud of the Hawks. The towers are not able to shoot at the moment, getting rid of the ghoul once again, so no lumber for Lucifer. He has 500 on his bank, but how long will this last? Big question is, can he take down the castle with 4 Meat Wagons now, or can he do damage enough? There's mass repair, he's not using the area of effect attack, and here's the first Griffin, and he will easily take out the Meat Wagons, and there's the GG. And this is the equalizer.
Alright. Game 1 looked really silly. No chance for the human. Second game, a lot better. And a lot of undeads still do this, and I just don't think it's the most efficient way to play. Remember, very start of the game, the DK runs over right away with skeletons. And this has been the meta game for a long time, but some people are starting to deviate from this. Why do you do it? Why do you go there over immediately? When you reach that point, the creeping is going to be done. You're not going to be killing creeps. You're not going to be killing peasants. At most, you get a water elemental. But that's not worth your time. Yeah. I think maybe he should rather be going for a little bit of creeping early to get closer to level 2, maybe even get level 2, and then harass whilst the expansion is being crept. Maybe he can even go enter style, go early fiends, let the human do what he wants for like, let's say, 4 minutes, and then hit with a strong push. With level 2 DK, maybe even level 3, and like 4 fiends. That is something that is scary. Only 1 DK showing up with skeletons. The humans have figured it out for the most part. And on Amazonia, it just was easily dealt with.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in Lucifer's performance here. This was just an entire different game than it was against Reprisal on day 1 here. Don't really know what's wrong. And yeah, we had the 2 bad maps for eMaLfaN now. And now we have one of the strongest human maps there is. Lucifer had no chance. Oh no, it was Amazonia and Last Refuge in that game. But Echo Elves breaking the expansion there is so hard. And if he even struggles to do that on Amazonia, I don't see him winning, but we'll see. I think eMaLfan's tech was kind of late. There is opportunity to punish this from Lucifer's side. We have seen this problem against So-In. We have seen this problem now on Amazonia from eMaL. So
The good thing about Echo is there is no Zeppelin possibility,
Yeah.
so you don't have to invest into a Gargoyle, so your tier 2 push is potentially stronger.
Yeah.
But for that tier 2 push, you definitely need level 2 DK, and of course, actually want a level 3 DK. If Lucifer goes again for the instant aggression, which most likely will not result in too much, and there's going to be an expansion counterplay, which is most likely what we're going to be seeing on Echo, I think he's going to be in a bad position. But let's see. Game 1 was totally crazy, totally unusual. Maybe it's going to be something weird again. I don't want to make too bold predictions, but this is it, guys. Next map decides, and we're loading into it.
Oh, by the way, I was wrong. We have seen Echo Ults by Lucifer versus Reprisal. Lucifer tried to counter expand, but there was just no way in hell to hold it. On the upper left side here, in this deciding game, in the loser bracket semifinal, we have Lucifer, the legendary undead ESWC winner 2006, two-time WC3L winner with Meteor Makers, and three-time NGL1 winner with Meteor Makers. And on the other side, we have eMaLfaN, kind of new to the scene. Well, he's playing for like 3 to 4 years now. This is kind of new to the scene. Not an old school player, playing for the clan A1, as Lucifer is also, or all the Koreans are. This is a great opportunity for him to make a name for himself. The winner of this single map will play Focus for the ticket to Yinchuan. They will join the likes of Infi, TH, Fly, Sushishi, Yours War Chief, Hate Love Anger, and Law Light and Reprisal, and of course Moon to be the the 10th player or the 11th player in this tour. So yeah, we will see. Undead versus Human, of course, we talked about this, is heavily influenced on the expansion on the Human, and maybe this time on the expansion on the Undead as well.
We have the normal Ted BO. That's of course very standard for the Undead. And with the Ted BO usually comes instant aggression. Also, Echo Isles is not really a good map to find good creep camps with your DK solo. And we of course have the Archmage. Koreans, I feel they don't really favor the MK first, do they?
No, never. I think when the MK was pretty strong in the meta, all the Koreans were vanished from the scene, so they didn't really notice. And so they rely on their Archmage, and it's working for them.
And again, the Human not going for the Merc camp first.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It's not understandable from a European perspective. Or from a Chinese perspective. The Koreans are the only nation that does not go for the mercenary camp.
Alright, DK scouts things out, and he's like, what? What? You crept the green camp first? Why? Alright, here comes the militia, though. I suspect this is actually gonna be the Merc camp. Why doesn't he do it first? I do not understand. Anyways, the DK is in position. He can't deal damage now. He couldn't have done it. By the way, getting the Water Elemental purged, huge mistake by the Human. That will result in a lot of damage taken. And the last hit of the Kobold goes towards the Undead. That's like about 50 experience or something, 40 something. He's going to get more skeletons from the other creep camp, also a disadvantage.
And of course, this delays his expansion by so much, like by a minute.
And look at the Footman. He can easily kill 2 Footmen here.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to coil.
Oh, I think the Renegade Wizard got the last hit.
Yeah, he got it. And oh my god, he's gonna get the last hit with a coil.
Boom!
Wow.
Talisman of Evasion, level 1 and 3 quarters for the DK.
And he's gonna get another peasant as well.
Wow, this creep camp is absolutely horrible for eMaLfaN.
Luckily, that one peasant doesn't die. Small mistake by Lucifer. But that was just terrible. What is up with the Korean humans on Echo Isles?
There is no Arcane Tower in the base of eMaLfaN. high potential for a skeleton harass. And finally, he starts to creep his natural expansion. But Lucifer must be on tier 2 or very, very close to tier 2.
And he's gonna get level 2 here with a coil on the peasant. If he decides... No, he wants to get the trapper.
Boom!
Yeah, steals
There
it, gets level 2, gets the peasant as well. This is a fantastic early game for Lucifer.
Yeah. This could not have gone any better. Maybe getting the item from the Renegade Wizard, but apart from that, he killed so many peasants, stole so many creeps, and the main base is still completely exposed.
Is it a Naga second by Lucifer? He was standing at the middle.
Yeah, he's
I
waiting.
think it is. Yeah, it's gonna be a Naga. Huh.
He wants to end this quick. Not waiting for the Lich. He has the first 2 Fiends available. And that can do a lot of damage here. Nightcrawler spot, maybe Tome of Experience, but he will get level 3 nevertheless. No, Tome of Knowledge. So at least he has level 2 Water Elementals available now. And Merc Control. It's a Panda!
Not the Naga!
Wow, this
Haven't
is
seen
unusual.
this in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. But of course, it's great if eMaLfaN saves himself to the late game against Gyrocopters. This is the best hero there is. And of course it's super great against towers, against peasants. But cannot be coiled. And it's not that great on level 1.
Very quick tier 3 tech. So he's not going to stop for the slaughterhouse. So the statues are going to be really late. So healing is going to be very difficult. So I guess he's not going to commit too much to this pressure.
But he got so much time before. I don't think he has to kill the expansion now or kill workers now, because he got like 3 to 4 peasants during the harass and the creep.
But usually the nice thing with the panda is you breath the peasants 3 times and then they're almost all dead.
That's right.
But he didn't have that window here.
Is he going for the creeps now or more harass? No, he's creeping his panda up to level 3. His DK is already level 3 or level 2? No, it's still level 2. So you shouldn't leave the panda alone too much.
And Lucifer should know that aggression towards his main is coming, because the human doesn't want to really creep too much with his Archmage, because he wants to have something left for the MK. And Lucifer leaving his base without having a scout out is pretty sloppy, but luckily for him he's not going to get punished in the Acolyte department, but he is going to lose his shop. Probably.
He needed for the statues. He needs to invest a lot to repair this now. Of course, the Acolytes all exposed. Here comes the Undead Army with the Panda and Brewmaster and the DK and Fiends. Saving the Acolytes here, losing them in the tech would be horrible. Archmage being pressured. Lots of mercenaries for eMaLfaN. Lucifer saves this one Fiend. Acolyte most likely going down, but nice ring around the Ziggurats here. Coil saves it again. This is a great defense by Lucifer so far.
But he's trapped. The Acolyte actually cannot get out of there. Kind of unfortunate. Mistake to move him in there. He could cancel the Ziggurat, but he doesn't want to do that. So far not losing any Fiends, but it's very, very close. I think he's going to lose one Fiend here and one Acolyte, but he gets something in return. And Miss Micro, he could have actually saved that Fiend. Lucifer, not the quickest here. And we see tier 2 from the human player. No towers again in his base. I feel like this is a big vulnerability, but already tier 3. That was so quick.
Yeah. He favored the tier 3 before healing, before anything else. I think all the Acolytes survived, actually.
And keep this in mind. Destroyer upgrade should be starting right now.
Yeah.
If he walks towards the main and cancels all the towers with skeletons and fiends, and then just has a few destroyers in there, and there's no towers, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah. Not much. He's trying to kill the shop over and over again to deny the production of the statues, which will later be the destroyers. But he has 2 already.
He did not get the quick destroyer upgrade. I think that would have been a good idea, even with only 2 statues I think he had. Maybe he had even 1. Okay, so only 1 statue, then that's not very good. Oh, and they fucked up the stream into Facebook. All right. I think Lucifer's plan kind of didn't work out the way he had imagined. He wanted to get the panda to deal so much more damage even to the peasants. But with only 3 Fiends, he didn't feel that confident to engage into that expansion. So he didn't deal as much damage as he would have liked with that hero choice.
eMaLfaN now 1000 gold, building tons and tons of towers. Of course he has to, because destroyers are so strong right after you hit tier 3. Pen and Brewmaster now creeping his way up to level 3. Big item potentially. Claws +9, Pendant of Energy. What does he get?
And he soaked up the Renegade experience between 3 heroes. Kind of a big mistake from Lucifer.
Is this a counter expansion now?
It might be.
There's
Invisible
no echo.
Archmage. I think the Archmage is anticipating this. Because there's not really any other reason to get the Archmage, the invisibility, I mean. And yeah, it's a counter expo.
Oof.
And if the Undead runs away here, which is most likely what's going to happen, he is going to cancel that expo. If he does it kind of late, it's a big deal. I mean, if he gets the cancellation late, so that it's a long time that it's delayed in total.
The army of Lucifer is not that strong yet. Of course, he has the opportunity to morph the statues into destroyers, but only 3 Fiends. The big question is, what is eMaLfaN going to do? Is he going for Gyros? I think that would be a bad idea. Tanks as well, because the Panda is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So, what are you going to do? Griffins again. He's building Arcane Sanctum.
And Lucifer is so careful with his mine.
Yeah.
He only crept the little Murlocs right next to it, and then he stays near there. Most undeads would be too greedy and would want their experience, but he knows the importance of getting this thing up as fast as possible. Pretty cool play from him right here. Unusual to see. And he actually creeps with his 2 heroes and keeps his army there to protect the gold base. This is again the Lucifer that we are kind of impressed with. This is the strong Lucifer, not the Lucifer from game number 2. This is a strategy that could win.
Scroll of the Beast, that's a great item as long as there's no Dispel, and yeah. Priest's Adept upgrade is far, far, far away. The Fiends do so much more damage, the Destroyers will do so much more damage. Let's see, okay, the Haunted Gold Mine has finished. There's no Necropolis, he's building a Sacrificial Pit, so he's not able to Town Portal there. He has to play this careful. In the meantime, eMaLfaN, only Footmen and... What's that? Yeah, Griffin Aviaries. 3 Griffin Aviaries and Breakers.
Surprised by this. Is he gonna go mass Griffins?
Yeah, with...
Can he even support that without a... what's it called? Shredder?
Interesting question. He has massive lumber problems. 1,800 gold, only 100... lumber, but he invested a lot actually into the Griffins, into the upgrades here, so he might be cool with it. Level 3 for the Panda, level 2 for the Lich, Claws of Attack for him, finally building a Necropolis, but this expansion costed around, I don't know, 1,000 gold. Yeah, 1,000 gold and a lot of lumber. The Archmage always scouting this. Heal scroll.
Oh, the shade just came out, man. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, more creeping at Lucifer's side of the base. Is he going?
But with mass air, when the Lich is level 3, I think the AoE of Lich and Panda is just gonna be enough to deal with the air. We're gonna see. Harassment is gonna start here. Quick reactions from Lucifer. He seems to be in pretty good shape suddenly. He is holding this off. And he's going to drive the Archmage away. This is, of course, primarily to get time. The Mountain King should now be level 3, or at least very close.
Yeah, the Paladin should also be level 2, I think. He's once again going for the Cloud upgrade. Oh, there's no Paladin.
He doesn't have a Paladin yet.
Ah, interesting.
And yeah, MK is level 3, though.
Pendant of Energy would be huge.
Claws +9, that's not a good one.
Well, you can give it to the Archmage. It's something, but not as good as it would have been on the Lich. Okay, this expo seems to be safe, but mind you, there's Hawks, there's Clouds, so the towers don't do that much.
Lucifer started going into upkeep already. I think this is the right decision. He just needs to hold on. Getting a heal scroll right now.
Saving the scroll of
I think he needs Invuls. Also, stealing the invols away is
Yeah.
another big deal, because this is Echo Isles, only one shop.
Yeah, shop control is, ladies and gentlemen, very important here.
And I'm surprised eMaLfaN didn't break yet. It seems like he had to hit a timing before the Undead had his 80 supply, but he's just chilling at 50. I'm very surprised about this.
Getting all the upgrades before he wants to get the most out of the gold mines as possible, not losing any gold to upkeep. Lucifer is doing that all the time, and now we see the cloud, so Lucifer knows, okay, there's a hawk. I hope he has web. He has to have web by now.
He was low on lumber a lot of the time, so maybe doesn't have it yet, but he's gonna get it in any second. And yeah,
This is
the human is
intense.
playing like Warren Buffett at the moment. He has so much money, but now he's breaking. We see griffins, and there's no level 3 lich just yet.
But again, he has lumber problems. 1,800 to 277. This might break his back sooner than later. Is Lucifer going for the kill here? Does he want to break the expansion? He has a level 3 panda. I think he has a level 3 lich as well. He's going.
Such a nice timing.
He's going for the lumber. He's going for the lumber peasants. This is so big.
And also, before there has been critical mass reached by the griffins, it's good to fight them when they're still low in number, when you can pick them off one by one. But seems like the human doesn't want to go for that. He's going for the interception. Pretty nice little play there.
Yeah,
and with the masonry, those aviaries are so tanky. By the way, against this composition, banshees are amazing.
Yes, exactly.
Anti-magic shell and curse, both great against griffins.
But here comes the human towards Lucifer's expansion. He's town portaling immediately. He doesn't accomplish much. Loses the town portal, but yeah, the human will get out there without any losses. 2 heal scrolls, man. Shop control by eMaLfaN is great. He's always one step ahead.
No Temple of the Damned, though. Would be so strong. Then again, it would take a long time. He would need to get a temple, get the adept upgrade, and then get banshees.
And a lot of banshees.
Yeah, at least like 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, I was about to say 5.
Maybe he thinks he doesn't have the time. Also, protection scroll is pretty good. Because the fiends, basically, they deal enough damage, you just want them to survive. Against mass air, oftentimes you will also see the undead upgrading armor, because the piercing damage is pretty high anyways, or very high rather, against light armor. So you just want the fiends to survive in many cases.
I'm so excited for the first big fight, man. This is as
It's gonna be a catastrophe to cast, man.
Yeah, that's right, but...
And there we see the armor upgrades, you see?
Okay.
Damn, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the undead expert you are. Yeah, this is a lot of griffins. But there is... Oh, 89.
This is 3 attack upgrades on the griffins, man.
But 0 defense upgrades. So 0 armor. There is Nova, there is Breath of Fire. Most likely there is Drunken Haze as well, so there is a chance to miss for them.
There are towers as well, but there... What is a meat wagon doing there?
I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe misclick.
By the way, there's no counter to destroyers, apart from the 2... Oh, he should not be fighting out here. Why is he not fighting in the towers? I don't know. There's a Scroll of Protection as well. Nova coming in. But this is 90 supply of human air brunt force.
Versus 70.
Retreating.
Versus 70 of the undead. More web. Now he's fighting in tower range, but there is a cloud coming right away. Nova hitting a lot, but heal scroll countering it immediately. Here you see the cloud. The towers are disabled. Level up for the DK. Panda has some problems. No coil for him. Does he have a potion or something? He's supporting this with towers. With towers. Panda surviving for now, and the army of Lucifer is diminishing. 85 supply still for eMaLfaN. Is he kicking out the undead legend here? Who will face focus? This is gonna be so hard. Level up for the Mountain King as well. So many griffins still in the air. The cloud has worn off, so there is tower support now for Lucifer. Will he remain on his heroes? Invo Potion not being able to pull it. There is the Holy Light killing the first hero, and Lucifer is on the edge of being eliminated from this tournament.
But there is no more hawks, and there's a lot of towers here. Can the Lich with the Destroyers hold on? As I said before, the Destroyers have no counter here.
Oh,
but the Lich! Invo Potion!
This
Just
is
barely
so close.
surviving. He's holding on by the skin of his teeth, but it's slowly giving in.
Yeah, there are water elementals, so always mana for the destroyers. He's pulling one griffin after another, but of course there's the staff. The towers have been cancelled, but now he's building a shop. No shop for Lucifer. The panda in trouble as well. He can't move down there. The panda is completely out of the game. DK still needs like 1 minute and a half to come back from this, but Lucifer holds on. 50 food for him versus 78. The next Dragonhawk is coming, so the towers will be disabled again. Here comes the panda. What's he doing? Stormbolt, and dead he is.
Huge mistake. Possibly game-losing mistake. Lich is also very far out, by the way. Why is there no shop down here?
And
now we have Hawks.
oh boy, this is so bad. The Lich cannot go behind the gold mine anymore because the towers are blocking. Triple hero still for the human. Nothing has been nuked. And yeah, the Hawk is so important to kill. He deals with it right now, but there's 2 of them staffing it out. Good play by eMaLfaN here. More Cloud coming in.
The DK should be back soon.
Yeah, the
It
DK
might be
is
the
his only
saving
chance.
grace.
Where's the Lich? At the shop. He needs a staff or something? What does he want there? I don't know. Peasants are retreating. The gold mine is still alive. But it's the GG from Lucifer! He's out! The only undead is out! Oh boy! The loser bracket dream finale does not come true. We won't see Focus versus Lucifer. We have Lucifer... we have Law... What the hell am I doing? We have Focus versus eMaLfaN. And I think Lucifer had this game in his hands. He was supposed to win this in the early stages. Reprisal was super late with his tech, with his expo, with everything. The early game was amazing for Lucifer. The Merc Camp creep. This has to be punished harder. And then he took the time to counter expand. And that, at the end, broke his back.
And the panda really should have just ignored the army, run past it with the Unholy Aura, and go for the peasants. He's probably going to lose maybe all the peasants there, has to reinforce, going to take more time. Lucifer, I mean, he almost won it, man. It was close.
Yeah.
It was really close. But why did he engage outside of tower range? That made such a big difference in the beginning. And maybe he could have seen the strategy sooner, seen what his opponent was going for sooner, and go for Banshees sooner. Of course, at some point it was just too late. You don't have the time anymore. But maybe once his expansion stood, then immediately go for Banshees. It was a close one, but unfortunately, Lucifer doesn't make it. The legend, the new blood, eMaLfaN, takes it out from under his grasp, and as you said, is going to be playing Focus next in a deciding game, in a really deciding game. Winner goes home, gets nothing. Or maybe he gets some money, but that's not what really matters here. And the loser, of course, doesn't get to go to China, but the winner does. But we're only going to see that game tomorrow.
That is right. Starting 7 a.m. CEST once again. We will have all the decisions tomorrow. We will see the 3rd Korean who advances to the grand final. It's either going to be Focus or eMaLfaN. Then we have the winner bracket final between Lawlight and Reprisal. One of the greatest encounters that we can think of in Modern Warcraft. The Master of the Warden versus the Master of the Blood Mage. 2 of their very own kind colliding. And then we have, of course, the Consolation Final and the Grand Final for 4,200 euros. Total prize money of 10,000 euros will be given away tomorrow. We will see great games. We will get up early once again. So it's Saturday. Work is no excuse. School is no excuse. So set your alarms. You can sleep afterwards. But tomorrow it's time to watch Warcraft while breakfast. Okay. Any final words from you, Mr. Remo?
Yeah. The WCA qualifier for Korea has been pretty interesting. We've been seeing a lot of different stuff. And as you said, tomorrow, the Master of Warden and Blood Mage, respectively. I'm so looking forward to that. I wonder if Reprisal finally has an answer against the Lawliot Warden, because so far no one seems to have an answer.
He
That's
had some
something
time
you-
to think about it.
That's something you don't want to miss. I'm going to be there as well tomorrow. It's going to be the last day, the final day.